We got some Degenerocity today. Your wild confessions.
I like confessions, but some of y'all a little weird though.
This is like actually one of my favorite series that he's doing. He did the love confessions, he did the work confessions, and he been done. Oh, but this is wild confessions. Never mind. Yeah, this is gonna get hectic. You wanna know how I know?
Cause it's the internet.
That too, but the video's also age restricted. Bruh.
Oh yeah, y'all probably going crazy. The heck with y'all weird ass mom?
So we do gotta watch out for that. I'm sure somebody told some sort of story and it just got weird, bruh. All right, but anyway, shout outs to Degenerocity. There'll be a link to the original video down below. Go check it out.
Hello? Welcome back to More Confessions, where I read some of your wild and weird stories that you guys have sent me. I don't need a long intro trying to explain rada rada rada. The title is self-explanatory. Let's just get started.
Hell yeah.
I have a crush on Yoshi from Super Mario. I made like...
So,
wait,
that's a band.
He had a crush on Yoshi from Super Mario? How the hell you have a crush on an animal? That's gotta be a furry lover.
Get out!
Gotta be.
20 different AI bots of him, and I've had like 4 kids with each of them.
Wow.
You know they say start off strong, but this might be a little too strong. Are you okay? Do you need help? Like, I love Yoshi too, but Yoshi looks like a stray animal. It's like a dinosaur turtle thing. I don't know what Yoshi is, but there's definitely no human traits to Yoshi.
Exactly.
Has it ever crossed your mind that this is not healthy? You are already too far gone. So like, I don't know how to say this, but I basically ate a live spider for $2 because I needed to buy this thing in a game to gamble so I could win. I lost all my money. What? You see the...
Okay.
You ate a spider for $2?
And he did it all in vain because he ain't win no money.
Exactly.
He ain't win nothing.
That just means you like spiders, bro. Like, you really would do anything for money.
Couldn't do it. Nope.
Me neither, but I hate spiders. I can't.
The only reason you lost all your money is because $2 is nothing to gamble with. Imagine if you put in $50, you're almost guaranteed to win.
I need
all
100,000.
gamblers give up before they hit it big. Remember that for next time. I went downstairs one morning in my college dorm room to see my drunk roommate making out with my professor. And my professor said if I stayed quiet, I get an A on my next test. So you imagine I never told anyone. And come to the next test, I see I get a freaking C-.
What?
That jack
hell nah.
So I did the natural thing and ratted both of them out. And their professor got fired and my dorm roommate got kicked out. So I get a whole dorm room to myself.
That's a win.
I guess. That's a win to...
Hey!
Yeah, that's a win. That is a W. What?
Listen, I was promised an A.
I'm getting an A, bro.
And because I didn't get an A, I'm snitching. I feel like I would have brought it up to my professor's attention. I would be like, you see this right here? You remember? Remember what I saw? Fix this now.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
true. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
To me, you get a high five. My homeboy got jumped over a bucket of chicken. It was crazy, but it was kind of his fault for bringing a whole bucket of chicken to school. You see, I don't really understand this confession. You blaming your homeboy for bringing food to school so he doesn't have to starve for the day or eat the cafeteria food? How is this his fault? If I brought a lunchbox to school and a bunch of dudes jumped me, robbing me for my lunchbox, is it my fault for bringing a lunchbox to school? No. You just go to a school with people with no manners. Crazy that you victim blaming your homie. You're not a real homie. When I was younger, I would read.
Yo, that's true, bro. He's getting blamed for bringing his own food there. Like, what the hell?
Like, what? Like, I can't eat in peace? Like, damn. That's like when you got a pack of gum. Everybody like, can I get some gum? No. No, you can't.
Talk about PC, bro. Get your hands off my food, bro.
Fanfics all the time, and I would occasionally write fanfics about people and teachers at school doing it. One day, one of my friends found out, and that stupid stank snitch leaked it around the school. It was so bad, I couldn't even show my face around school, and I almost got expelled. My reputation went down too fast, and people would read it out loud. In one of my fanfic, I wrote it with me and my crush. He ended up printing it out and showing people it, like Regina George did. At that point, I just wanted to move away and start fresh from all this embarrassment. In the end, I moved away, but there are people who would DM me and ask if I was the weird girl who wrote stories about the school. I think the moral of this story is...
Nah, they going out their way to do that. That's too much.
Yeah, like you already did your part, bro. Chill out, man. Like we grown now. Bro. Like, come on, bro. But that is, to be fair, that is a little weird. Writing fan fictions about students and teachers, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. Weird.
And ask if I was the weird girl who wrote stories about the school. I think the moral of this story is never tell your friends about your hobbies. They will only judge you. I've stolen hundreds of dollars worth of items from Walmart in the last year.
Damn.
Rookie numbers. You ever scanned a PS5 as a banana in the self-checkout? I don't think so. You gotta get those numbers up, bro. 2 weeks before I moved out of my ex-roommate's apartment, she kicked me off the Wi-Fi that we both paid for and lied to me about it.
now
I
you
work from
wildin'.
home. She was a mess the entire time I lived with her. So on my last day there, before I left, I peed in her pickled onions jar. She was she deserved it. I hope she ate them all up.
She
You know
did.
what? I'm on your side. She deserved it, mainly because she be eating pickled onions. Who eats them? Back when I
Pickled
was
onions is crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. What is pickled onions? I've never had that before.
It's literally what it sounds like. Pickled onions. So it's onions inside pickle juice.
Disgusting.
What's I gonna say? Yeah, bro, if I'm paying half of something or putting my fair share in something, I deserve the percentage of what I'm paying of that said something. You feel me?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So-
No, you not about to turn my internet off if I'm paying for the internet. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, man.
legit, I never changed my socks and got some crazy athlete's foot. Like every other week I had it. I had like hella skin peeling off my foot and it was disgusting now that I think about it. Anyway, I used to peel off big chunks of it and eat it. If you wanna know, it was chewy and tasted low-key salty. I did not need to know. I can't believe we all...
No. You can't be a real person. You just can't be. There's no way you chewing your dead skin off your goddamn feet and shit. Like, come on, Shank.
Bro, see, this is the type of confessions that you leave to yourself, bro. Feel me?
Yeah, you take that to the grave.
all used to do this. We? Who's we?
Nah,
I never did this in my life. Huh? One time, a few months back, I had a girl in my class that I thought was fine. Like, I mean, a 10 out of 10. So when I finally asked her to be my partner, she said she liked me too. We were in love and I saw my whole life with her already. Fast forward a couple months and she wanted to tell me something. I asked her what, and she told me something that changed my perception for a good time. She was a lesbian, and she was dating this girl for almost 4 to 5 years while she was dating me for 6 months. I was shook and didn't even know how to react. I immediately hung up and ended the relationship and reflected for almost the whole day. I gave everything to her, and she would break me just like that? I couldn't believe it. I've gotten over it after a bit, thankfully, and I've set my sights on someone else. I know this is a confessions thing, but I was wondering if you had any advice. Thanks.
Damn.
Oh, man, that's sad, bro.
That is really sad. Honestly, this guy did the best thing he could do, which is end the relationship immediately, bro. And 6 months? That's a long time, bro. Whole time she was with somebody else. For longer.
For 4 to 5 years or whatever he said. That's OD.
Damn, I mean, my advice to you is like, yo, take the L on the chin and you know?
Just keep it pushing, honestly. That's all you really can do.
Yeah.
Just keep it pushing.
Because I feel there's no proper advice to that. Like, it happened. Sorry that it did
it
happen,
happened.
but like,
Yeah.
you know, come on, man.
Man, that's sad,
be
bro. By the way, love your vids, and you can't beat Godzilla, little bro.
Oh, what?
Man, I was feeling sorry for you, but now you said that bullshit. I can't. I'm not giving you no advice. Instead, I'm gonna curse you. I'll place a curse that all of your future girlfriends will be secretly gay. You never gonna find true love. Don't you ever say I can't beat Godzilla again. You don't know me. When I was in college, both me and my roommate were hardcore weebs. We were so into male idol anime, and I set my iPad's alarm to a hot anime boy's voice whispering. Hey, how you doing, little mama? Let me whisper. It went off in a crowded bus, max volume. It took me a minute to turn that. She was embarrassed as well. She pretended she didn't even know me. Okay, even though that is embarrassing, you should have kept it on for the rest of the bus ride. It's another way to establish dominance. I was once with my homeboy.
Or you could play it off low key, but what the hell did this guy send me? You know what I'm saying? Like, you could, like, what the heck is this?
You're right.
Come on now.
In high school, I was young, so we were hungry and decided to ask our parents for money to go buy food. They said no, so we decided to do the next logical chain of events. Burn down a house. We broke down inside a house that was like a few streets away from our neighborhood and grabbed a lot of stuff. But my homie accidentally dropped a torch. I still wonder what it was doing there. And fire started taking over the place. We panicked and ran away. Next day, we seen on the news the same house, and apparently it burned down with a cat inside.
What?
We haven't been caught, and nobody knows we did it to this day. Please don't judge me. That was like a decade ago. You lucky I wasn't collecting emails for this confession, because if I was,
I'm snitching.
I'm snitching. decision. I have a boyfriend, but I low-key want to hook up with this guy in my theater program. Bro, just break up with your boyfriend.
Please.
Like, for real, for real. Cheating is bad.
Like, bro.
Yeah, it's really not that hard.
Exactly.
It's really not that hard.
And I hope she reread that and realized that it's really that simple, bro. She just said, I have a boyfriend, but I want to make out with the guy in theater. Okay, just stop being with your boyfriend. That's it.
Yeah.
And then you can go do what you gotta do.
Cheating is bad, and you also don't want to be known as the cheating ex. That label will be stuck on you for life, for good reason. And if you're already having lustful feelings for this random dude in your theater program,
that means you don't like your
man.
mans.
Not messing with your boyfriend like that. So you got two options: stay with your boyfriend and work with the relationship, or break up with him and go off. I know breaking up with him will cause his heart to break, but you know what's a bigger heartbreak? Him breaking up with you because you cheated. That's horrible, bro. Cheating should never be an option. Plus, you'll go to hell, and hell don't sound pretty. They don't got Wi-Fi down there. I don't like that. That's my advice.
I don't like
Dang, I should be a psychologist or something. One time I was in the bathroom stall, and my intrusive thoughts took over, and I wanted to see if I could pee from above the toilet. I put one foot on the toilet paper dispenser and another on the handicap rail, and just let it rip. Unfortunately,
that high up?
Yeah, you breaking some.
Yo, I'm thinking they wanted to put their feet on the toilet seat and then pee from up there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, not even that. Or just stand up and just like do a little squat. Like, no, bro. Like,
yo, what is happening?
I completely missed and flooded the floor. On the way down, I slipped on the now slippery handicap rail and broke my arm. So what did we learn here? Don't try to do trick shots while peeing like you sponsored by Red Bull. Instead, always pee while sitting down. Men included. Just to make sure no splashes go anywhere, sit down while you pee. Even at the urinals. Hello, family lamb. Big fan from Tampa here. My brother got the cops called on him because his bit was tripped. One day in October 2024, my brother came in my room talking about how he missed being in a relationship after breaking up with his ex. I told him to move on and forget about her. Later that week, he came running to my room crying his eyes out. I'm confused as hell and asked, dude, the F wrong with you? He then proceeds to show me his recent text with his ex. He went back to her and shake my head. After reading the BS on the screen, I realized the dude said he was gonna himself if they didn't get back together that night. Even later that night, the cops come to our door for an evaluation check because the girl called the cops like the decent person she is. My brother has no game, bro. Anyway, peace out, love the vid. Wait, I'm confused.
Tripping this hard over a female and then to emotionally manipulate that whole scenario, you're bugging, bro. You're not a man to me, bro. I'm sorry. You not. No, you not, bro. Cause like, bro, you a man acting like that, bro? Come on, bro. Don't do that. Word.
Hey, bro.
Stressing out. Once a cop is called or like you're put in the situation where like now you're like doing too much, I'm good, bro. I'd rather just end it right there. I'm chilling.
In person, she is. My brother has no game, bro. Anyway, peace out, love the vid. Wait, I'm confused. When did this method get patched? I've been texting everybody I've ever had a crush on with texts like these.
Where's my daughter?
And you're telling me this method don't work? Is that why I never get a text back? I killed the class pet on accident, bro. It was an ugly ass guinea pig named some bullshit.
Bro.
I forgot the name.
Wow.
I gave the guinea pig half of my guacamole my mother packed for whatever reason. I did not know avocados were poisoned in them. Also, we had a rat infestation in my school, so one of the rats found its way into the guinea pig cage and bit the guinea pig and it ate the guacamole. R.I.P. Lil.
What?
You probably tasted good though. Also, we saw a crucified rat behind the school during a fire drill. What? I once
that's someone whoever did that.
Just so I wouldn't get kicked out of the will. And the wildest part, I barely knew the dude. He was like my mom's second cousin's ex-husband or some but he made the best banana bread I've ever tasted in my life. So when I found out he was rich and dying, I showed up like R.I.P. King with tears on demand. I mean, 2 weeks later, boom, I get a check for $837.47 in the mail. No explanation, I cashed that and bought a weighted blanket, 2 anime figurines, and a mechanical keyboard that lights up. Was it morally wrong?
Just blew that shit.
Would I do it again? Honestly, maybe. Depends on the snacks. I don't know how to.
Bro. I mean, like, look, I was with you that whole time. Listen, if I'm about to, you know what I'm saying, get blessed with some will, I'll pretend to. Okay. But to spend it on that, come on, man. Like, that's where, like,
I can't do that. I can't do that shit.
I mean, you don't gotta cry. You be like, oh, man, like, bro, like, he was really you could be,
but you gotta sell it, though. You kind of gotta sell it because, like, you trying to get that will bread. You know what I'm saying?
You could low-key, like, pass it by still being respectful. Like, damn, like, Oh man, R.I.P. You know, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemies. Like, yo, he was really a genuine guy. You don't gotta cry though. What?
I don't know. I feel like you gotta sell that motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I got that, bro. For 800, let me know.
Absolutely. Would I do it again? Honestly, maybe. Depends on the snacks. I don't know how to feel about this. Yeah, it's morally wrong to do this, but the dude's already dead and he don't need the money, so... You do you. You do you. Back in college, I had a roommate who kept stealing my leftovers like it was a sport.
What the?
I warned him, he laughed. So one day, I took a dump, froze it, shaved it like dark chocolate, and dusted it over a homemade tiramisu. Left it in the fridge like bait. Bro ate the whole thing and said, and I quote, "It's earthy with death." I looked him dead in the eye and said,
"Yeah, it's an ancient family recipe."
He licked the plate clean and asked for seconds. I packed my bags and vanished. Never paid the rent, never told a soul, never saw him again. And honestly, I never wanted to. Feeding your roommate Dookie Misu is wild, but you did warn him. I'm on your side.
Oh, nah, he even tell dude too, like...
Wait. I don't know who to be more scared of. The fact that he planned that whole thing out, managed to put Dookie in his hand, shave it off, make it into a tiramisu or whatever, and you know what I'm saying? Or the guy that ate it all like it was nothing and licked the plate.
I mean, he wouldn't have known though. That's the thing though. But he didn't even tell him. Like, I would at least told him afterwards, oh yeah, by the way, I shitted in that.
And vanished. Oh yeah, you're right. I'm not paying it either.
Interned at a hospital one time, and in the emergency room, there was some old lady who ate a whole bag of edibles. So when I had to clean up her vomit, she asked me, "Where are you from, boy?" And I politely said I was born in Florida. And she said, "Where are you really from?"
What?
That ticked me off, so when I had to get her some water, I still had the bag of her vomit, so I mixed a little of her vomit in that water. She didn't even notice, and I was laughing my ass off. W, my aunt being a terrible person. So my great-grandpa passed away recently, but when he was alive, my aunt used his money like the greedy demon she is. She bought Botox, a new car, and designer clothes. My great-grandpa couldn't do anything because he was an old, frail man and a bit senile. My mom and other aunts and uncles even went to court because she used all their inheritance money to buy stuff. However, when I was at my great-grandpa's funeral, I saw my aunt and knew she had to pay. So I went into the other room where the food was and put a little bit of laxatives. My aunt, being the fat bitch she was, ate 9 cupcakes, 6 cookies, and 4 slices of cake.
Wow,
a few minutes later,
likes
she was crying in the
desserts.
bathroom and letting it all out. None of my family members at the funeral ate anything because I made a group chat and told them not to eat anything to warn them. After the funeral, my mom gave me $50 and said, "Today, you made the family proud."
Wow.
That story moved me. I hate your aunt too. So basically, after me and my ex broke up, I had a really bad episode. I have bipolar disorder. And I ended up talking to like 3 different guys and doing the deed with one of them. My ex got real upset because I moved on too fast. When he and my ex-friend were talking to each other, and they both called me crazy and got me sent to the psych ward. And then fast forward after I got out in about a month or 2, my ex is now talking to another one of my ex-friends and told me he didn't love me as much as he thought he did, and that he loves her more. Anyways, I might get back with him, so
That's bipolar disorder right there, buddy. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's bipolar from the confession. Like, you literally got to see it and in person, bro.
No cap.
What is wrong with you, bro?
You guys okay? Like, are you good? My family's from Africa, and one time while we were visiting, we reached a point in the mountains that was too dangerous to have all of us stay in the car. I don't know, they just said we had to walk. As we're walking through a farm area my family owns, my dad breaks out of the conversation he was in, looks straight at me and my brother and points to a spot on the ground and tells us, "Your uncle his own brother with an axe right there. They were fighting over land because one of them hadn't even paid off theirs and still wanted more. Went straight back to his own convo like ain't shit happened. I don't even remember their names. My dad had like 12 siblings. 9 now because of the war and stuff. Dads always have the craziest lores.
Facts.
This is just a proven fact now. If I could, I'd bag Pearl from Steven Universe. Any of them. Not the yellow Pearl though. I mean, you say any of them, but Pearl is your #1 option? What about amethyst?
What about
garnet?
blue
diamond? Fluorite. Bro, there's so many baddies in that show.
What the? Yo, what did I just see?
That nigga was twerking on some shit.
Hold on.
Fluorite, bro. There's so many
In a
baddies
plane.
in that show. And you
They
picking the
watching
girl.
his ass.
What the fact that he had the confidence to do that in a plane, bro, with people
I
watching him is
respect it.
crazy.
I respect it.
Yeah.
Girl who can't get over
Yes.
her first crush after 5,000 years? I don't want that kind of baggage.
I could fix
so I'm
her.
not bagging Pearl. I used to work at a dairy farm and I would make cheese. This one time I beat my thing in the bathroom, didn't wash
What
my
the-
hands, and went
Oh.
back to making
Wow.
cheese.
Oh,
I
hell
want
nah.
everyone to know that this guy is probably making the cheese that they be selling at stores and restaurants.
Don't do that. Don't do
This
that.
guy
Don't.
and probably multiple other dudes out there
Come on,
are
bro.
the ones that are making your cheese
Come on.
and selling them to you for you to
Oh.
eat. Everybody,
Come
go
on,
in
come
your
on.
fridges and pantries
No.
and check on your cheese right now.
No, no.
You might find some
I'ma check
extra
on it.
cheese
No.
in your cheese.
No,
So
bro.
let me start this
black
story by
light my
saying
cheese?
I don't condone my friends.
True. You could black light the cheese, man. That's all right.
But it's probably already too late. We probably already ate somebody's nut and some cheese now. If that's the thing. Like, we don't even know.
Go ahead and keep playing the
Cheese in
video.
your cheese. So let me start this story by saying I don't condone my friend's actions.
True.
So
Good.
a while back when I was 16 and in high school, I was dating a girl. Long story short, after 2 years of us being together, in my senior year, I found out she was cheating on me. I was pretty sad, but it was a few months to graduation, so I just cried for a little bit and moved on.
Oh.
A year later, I am in college studying for computer science. One of my homies who I told about her cheating took an internship at a pharmacy. Anyway, my ex Max came in for some pills. And apparently this guy was still mad about her cheating on me. So he switched her medicine. She had heart problems and apparently he gave her a different medication for people struggling with ADHD. Girl ended up going to the hospital because the entire time she thought she was taking her heart medication. My friend
GG.
after this, boss checked the cameras and he claimed he did it by accident. They believed him, but he was still fired. To this day, I don't know what through his head. And the worst part, he only just told me. I had heard she went to the hospital, but he told me this year during a New Year's Eve party when I went back home. This happened nearly 3 years ago. I've gone a little low contact after that. I know this is a confession, but should I drop my friend over this?
Yeah, I mean, shit, it's kind of crazy what he doing, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, he got me on the first half though. I was like, yo, that's a W man's. Like he had your back. Then he this is a devious lick, bruh, on someone's life.
yeah, that's a little OD.
Oh my god.
Okay, outside of the very bad grammar in this confession,
Oh.
you in college? I will also say I don't agree or condone what your friend did. What they did was terrible and very illegal. Putting someone's life at risk just to get revenge that didn't even involve.
Oh my God.
That's crazy. Your friend was crazy for doing that. So dropping them as a friend is kinda understandable. But okay, I'm only talking for myself here. But if I found out my homie did that to my ex that cheated, I'll tell him, yo, that's mad wrong for doing that. But
Oh, God.
But thank you.
you did that for me?
Yeah, exactly. See?
Did that for little old me?
Yeah.
You know, I might mess around and marry my homie, but that's just
Wait,
me.
whoa, hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on. I don't know about that.
Yeah, that a little too much for me.
Yeah. Nah, there are people that he probably took it personally because what if he got cheated on? Or maybe he just genuinely despises the idea of getting cheated on, that's like the ultimate grave mistake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
but
maybe
that's also his man, so that's like his ride or die. Like, that ain't fuck with him for real or some shit. So.
Yeah. So I understand both sides. If you don't want to be friends with him, fine, I get it. What he did was, you know what I'm saying, a little too devious. But if you see it that way, like, yo, he did that for me, and like the girl is fine. It is what it is.
I might mess around and marry my homie, but that's just me. Oh my god, yeah! I gave my cousin.
This Kanye song?
I gave my cousin. Okay, I know this one's a joke, but I've gotten a lot of confessions like this that go
I bet you
into
did.
so much unnecessary detail about it. This is one of the reasons why I canceled family confessions.
Oh,
これがバカなの
please,
で
yeah.
ある晩とてもムラムラしてかぼちゃを使うことにした。翌日パンプキンパイを食べていたんだけど、前の晩と同じかぼちゃを食べていたことに気づかなかった。
Hi, anata wa baka desu. All right, so we have the last confession, and this one's a doozy. So a few years ago, I was dating this one girl. I thought I found the one. I really did. This girl was perfect, thicker than Nikki, and just about the nicest person I've ever met. Until one day at midnight, around 1 a.m. That's not midnight. I get a video sent from her number, and it's her getting it on with some Asian guy.
No.
Naturally, I cried myself to sleep. I was already plotting some shit. I wake up in the morning, and as I'm just laying there, crying in my bed, I get a text from her. She says she had gone out drinking and accidentally ended up sleeping with the guy.
Okay,
Ain't
no way, bruh.
Ain't no accident. But I ain't even gonna reply to that message. You getting blocked.
Yo, bro, why are you? How you feel about this, bro? Being in a relationship and having your significant other go out drinking. Think about it. Like,
Well, first of all, if you going out drinking, I'm coming with you. Because you ain't going by yourself.
yeah, especially in our grown age. Obviously, we don't know how old this guy is, but wait,
Yeah.
unless he said it. Did he say it? I don't remember. No,
I
he
don't
said
know.
a few years ago. Yeah, we don't know his age.
Yeah.
But anyways, especially like think about us now, like being like 25 plus type people, including y'all watching. We grown ass men talk about my significant other is going out drinking. Like that don't.
I mean, they do that even at our age, too.
Like that,
They do that
it just
all the
seems like
time.
you don't like your partner, bro. Because if I'm going somewhere, I wouldn't want my girl there. Well, depending on like that thing. But like if I'm going out drinking, like yo, my shorty could come. You feel me? What the hell?
Man, it depends, because it's like some girls be having, oh, it's girls' night. Da 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 da. Okay, so then it could be that same issue.
Oh,
like,
true. It could
where
be that,
they-
I guess.
Yeah, it was like, you know what I'm saying? But like, shit, nigga, I'll come with you.
Yeah, that's crazy. She said that she had gone out drinking. I don't know, man.
He says she had gone out drinking and accidentally ended
I
up
don't know
sleeping
about
with the
that,
guy. And he recorded it on her phone
Yup.
and sent it to me.
Yup.
Naturally, I didn't believe
You know
her
what?
ass.
Yeah.
You know what? Hold on, that's W man's. Cause now you letting me know I don't gotta waste my time no more. How do you? I'm like, yo, W man's, you can keep her. The fuck is you talking about? What? Man, come on, son.
True, hey, that's
I was
true.
Crying like I was the one who got cheated on. So I knew I had to get my lick back.
Ooh,
I couldn't
hold
let
on.
that slide. I was pretty close to her mom, and to cut a long story short, I told her mom about what she did,
Okay.
and that let me get closer to her mom.
Don't.
I started hanging out
Don't
with the
tell me.
mom more and more
No.
until
the mom?
she let me.
No.
And we kept doing this for a while. She doesn't have a dad, so
Oh.
don't worry. I would never another man. I got together
Oh, wow.
a
I
few
guess W
videos
man.
I was planning on sending to this. But a while later, I found out that my ex had gotten diagnosed with cancer. So I sat there and thought to myself, am I really about to make a cancer patient's life even worse? But I'm in too deep now. So I still go visit her in the hospital with her mom because I think it's the right thing to do. Some months go by and she eventually dies, sadly. And in her final words to me, she didn't say it, but she had it written down to give the letter to me. And it said, I'm so sorry about what happened between me and that man. I really meant it when I said I didn't ever mean to cheat on you.
Nah, I
I'm
believe
so
that.
sorry. I
Yeah.
still love you, and I wish I spent my
you don't.
final moments with you in your arms. I hate the thought of you moving on to someone else, but I know I deserved it. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I
okay,
love
come
you.
on, you didn't.
And now, I'm with her mom. Every now and then, I wake up feeling like a piece of shit for being with her mom, but I still am regardless.
No, you shouldn't be.
Moral of the story, don't ever get with a bitch who never had a father figure.
Oh.
That shit is a #1 sign to never get with her.
Don't say no.
Unless you want to get with the mom after your girl dies.
I mean, how the
Yeah, this
mom
one
look
keeps me
though?
up at night. Bruh,
Oh,
that's
nah.
what you learned from the story? You learned nothing! Okay, that's all the courage I have with reading these confessions today.
Nah.
Yo.
What I learned
Oh.
today.
That was insane. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah. At the end of the day, she did cheat. So even if you feel bad, I'm sorry. I
forgive, but I'll
But I
never
won't forget. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I'll forgive, but I
Yeah.
won't forget. All right, but just whatever. I don't care. But I'm not forgetting what you did. I mean, being with the mom. I mean,
I mean, she looked good, you know what I'm saying? She's fat to it, but I'm gonna have to beat the doonies down. I just
I'm not found that. Come
Hey,
on now.
you learned nothing! Okay, that's all the courage I have with reading these confessions today. What I've learned today is that you guys are very troubled people. Or you guys are very good writers. I don't know. I can't tell anymore.
Facts.
Thank you for everyone that
Facts.
submitted a confession.
Facts.
Unless you're a spammer, then I hate you. And in conclusion is my conclusion.
Oh, in conclusion.
That's my conclusion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey.
Hey, man. W
Fire.
video, you know what I'm saying? Man, if you like the video, like, you can't like, fuck off, you know what I'm saying? Like the goddamn. We got personal channels, subscribe to the personal channels, subscribe to the personal channels, subscribe to the personal channels.
Extra reactions, extra videos, extra content, personal channels. See you tomorrow. Holla at your boys.